As usual, on Sundays, you gathered here to listen the sublime teachings of the Buddha. So today we are going to discuss the benefits of practicing metta. Suppose that you all gathered here are familiar with the word metta, right? So in literary, the word metta, in Sanskrit Maitreya, in Pali Metta, as well as in English we can interpret as loving kindness, benevolence, amity, friendliness, goodwill, harmony. Even though I don't know whether it's in English, the words represent the metta, right? The context of the metta, but the meaning of the metta in Pali, it's profound more than we think. It's very range and very wide meaning. So today I would like to explain it very deeply and in simple manner, because in personally I would like to this topic as well as I would like to radiant loving kindness. So I like you to encourage and understand the loving kindness, the importance of loving kindness, because personally I have been benefited because of loving kindness. So because if I can explain what is the meditation of metta meditation, but before explain the metta meditation, I thought myself that it's better to explain the benefits first, right? You practice something if you have the benefits, right? So having knowing the benefits, you would be very familiar with the loving kindness, right? So personally, before I start the Dhamma talk, I chose very interesting, very glamorous, elegant 2 verses from Dhammapada. So these 2 stanzas tell us the natural way of people, how do people think, right? So this verse is Akkochimang avadimang ajinimang ahasime yetang upanaihanti verang tesangna sammati. You might be thinking, you could be thinking sometimes, why do people do like this? Why do people make false accusation? Why do people say like that? We thinking, right? So there is the answer for that. Normally we think, I was insulted, I was beaten, I was defeated by him. We always thinking like that. When we think like that, the bad thoughts are harbored in our mind. We gathered bad thoughts. What would happen when we harbored the bad thoughts in our mind? We are boiling, we are burning inside, right? When you have the anger, when you have the hateful feeling, how would you feel? It's burning inside, right? Do you feel any pleasure? No, never, right? When we have the hate and anger, lust, right? Lust also the burning, right? When we have those bad negative feelings, we are boiling. The word you think the word boil, how water boil? It's steam. Like same as like we are boiling inside. Is it good? No. Right? So that's why I chose this topic. Right? We can get rid of the burning of our inside. So in this stanza, is explained, he abused me, he struck me, he overpowered me, he robbed me. Those who harbor such thoughts never cease their hatred, right? Sometimes we might be defeated. Every time we cannot win, right? So even though if we thought, I was defeated, I was struck or I was abused, the bad thoughts harbored in our mind, then what should we do? Those who are interested in the Pali language, I have just mentioned here the words akkochi. In Pali, we say akkochi means insult, right? And avadi, assault, ajini, defeated, ahasi, robbed or plundered. Tang such thoughts, upanahihanti. See the word upanahihanti, keep coming back. It again and again arise in our mind. If it is a pleasure thought, never mind. But it is a bad thought, how would happen? Right? We burning and burning every time. Tesang, they are veram, enmity, na sammati, never cease. If we thought like that, we cannot we never cannot cease the hatred. Then how do we think? The better way to think, akkochimang avadimang ajinimang ahasime yetang nopanahihanti verante supasammati. There's no point defeating us. There's no point abusing us. There's no point robbing us, right? But we should think. Those who do not harbor such thoughts do not instill their hatred, right? If we should not harbor the thoughts that I was beaten, I was abused, I was defeated. We should forget them, and we should find a way how to forget them. Without knowing, we cannot forget them, because we don't like to forget anything, especially the bad things. We remember, right? Don't you remember any incidents? If someone have done something to you, if someone has told something bad, or if someone has made a false accusation of you, don't you remember still? You still remember? So today you have the opportunity to forget everything, right? So you will think end of this Dhamma talk, if someone accuse you, if someone try to defeat you, if someone try to fight with you, you will think end of this Dhamma talk, it's a blessed too. It's a reward for you. I will understand how it is, right? So why do people do like this? The reason is, you better to keep this stanza in your mind forever. Why? Hate people. It's one sentence. Hate people. Why do people do like that? Why do people hate? Because hate people, they are hate. They process the hate. The best thing they have is hate. You suppose that a snake has the poison. He has no the what you call the flowers, the honey. He has no honey. He has only poison, right? Then he can only give poison. Likewise, the poison people, the intoxicate people, hate people give us, treats us in hatefully, right? Wrongly. Then if someone hate you, if someone jealous at you, envy at you, what should you think? Because we should pity on them. We should feel for them, right? Because they feel the refuge, right? They want the refuge because they are helpless. They have only hate. That's why they share the hate, right? You suppose that when you offer dana for Mahasangha or someone else, for when relatives come to your home, how do you offer them? The best thing you have, right? We share with others, we offer someone the thing that we have, the best thing, right? Likewise, loving people love people. The people who possess love, affection, they share with others love and affection, right? So don't be worried about the people who hate you, right? You must pity for them. You share with others the best thing that you have. So I don't know, sometimes you might familiar with this story. Eastern German and Western German, the Berlin Wall, the historical story. So I want you to understand the people give what they have. So the Eastern Germany and Western Germany is divided into two by the Berlin Wall. The people who were in the Eastern German, they are enemy with, they were not good with the Western German. They used to throw out the trash to the German over the wall to the Western German. They daily do this as a habit. Then Western German people thought not to teach a bad lesson. They thought to give something better to them, right? To stop this. What did they do? They did every day when they throw out the trashes, the dust things, the wasted things, every day they put on the wall the vegetables, fruits, the clothes, the everything. The Eastern Germans, they share with the Western Germans what they had. And Western German, they had a good heart. They realized that they felt feel for the pretty for the Eastern German. So they share the good things with them, right? Then Eastern German realized that we have done a bad thing, and they stopped it, right? So you better remember that the best giving is forgiving, right? Sometimes we can give anything, but we cannot forgive someone, right? Because we have harbored that incident. We don't like to forget it. If you can forgive someone, you don't think that you are weak or feeble. You are the strongest one, right? Those when in the fight or when in the problem, those who get their step back, they are the strong one, right? So don't think that if you have the opportunity, if you have a potential to forgive someone, don't think that you are weak or feeble, right? People cannot give, the people or weak people cannot forgive. Only strong and clever, the good heart people only can forgive someone, right? And we cannot expect, as well as we cannot expect forgiveness from weak people, right? So you don't try to expect the forgiveness from the weak people, right? So every time you must try to forgive and forget and forever. Then you will not burn yourself, right? And you will not harbor, and you will not boil in your sight. So if you burn yourself, no one else can put you out, right? We always burning because of others, right? We always burning because of others, their words, their actions. We expect they will treat us well, but when they treat in bad manner, we frustrated, right? So no need to be frustrated or worry. If you burn, no one can hurt you in mentally, right? Anyone can hurt you, attack you physically, but every moment you burn mentally because of you not having much understanding. Listening Dhamma, you are going to be knowledgeable. Being knowledgeable, you realize. When you realize something, you have nothing to let go. Automatically, you letting go. Understand? In the autumn season, automatically fall down the leaves without faint. As well as when we realize the truth, when we understand the Dhamma, automatically we let go them. No need to forcefully try to let go. Right? When we realize, the moment you realize, that the moment you let go. Right? That's why we, especially every time we listen to the Dhamma. I will ask a question. When you eat, you forcefully try to digest. When you get breakfast, you throughout the day you try to digest your foods. You forcefully try. No, automatically it happens. When you take the lunch, you become hungry at night. You don't forcefully try to. You never try to forcefully to digest. Automatically it happens. Right? There's no. Likewise, when you listen to the Dhamma more and more, no need to forcefully try to do something. When you realize, you get rid of the bad things because you have the knowledge. Right? Until you gather, you equip the knowledge, you have to listen to the Dhamma. Right? So, by listening Dhamma, every day you equip knowledge. You equip the weapons. Right? If you have the enough weapons, no need to be worried. Right? You are the mighty person. Right? So, more than physical pain, we suffer from mentally. Right? Because of not others, from the yourself. Right? You suffer yourself because you unnecessarily regret about the others or the things around you. Right? So from today onwards, no need to suffer or regret around yourself what's happening. Right? Because there are two things the things that we control and the things that we cannot control. Do you think don't Buddha had problems? Did Buddha had problems? Had Buddha problems? What were the problems Buddha had? Old age. Any problem? How many problems do you think as the religious leader he had a community and undisciplined monks and undisciplined monks and other religious teachers problems and false accusation? How many false accusations he had to face? But how, even though he didn't weep, he didn't regret, he didn't cry, he had the long pace anytime. Have you heard the Buddha preach Dhamma with long pace? No, he had the long years, not long pace. Right? He had long years. Right? So Buddha didn't regret, suffer anytime. Right? So we need to understand the life of the Buddhas, how do we live happily, right? And peacefully, calmly, right? That's what we need to learn. So you need to learn the mental ailments. They are hatred, ill will, lust, jealousy, envy. Is there any medicine, the painkillers or tablets for this hatred to purchase in pharmacy? No. Any tablets? No. If there is a tablet, we can take it and we can cure, right? No. Medicine for the hatred. The science is not developed, right? As much as to make a tablet for that hatred, ill will, lust, jealousy, envy. So, what are the medicine that we have? Love, loving kindness, compassion, goodwill, benevolence, and amity. Right? Those are the tablets, painkillers, and the things that we can use. right? When you burn in the hatred, ill will, lust, jealousy, because you don't think when you get angry, you don't think that you are a abnormal person. I am the only person who get angry more, right? More than, don't think. By natural, every human being has these bad thoughts, right? Every person has. But realizing the truth, we can suppress. First, we can suppress. Then we can, next step, we can totally eradicate, right? The Buddha also had problems, but he didn't care. In Vinaya Pitaka, the Buddha has promulgated 227 Vinaya rules. Why? The monks, his followers, made several problems. That's why he promulgated. Even though he didn't get angry any moment, the only word he used to blame someone, Moga Purisa, idiot. That's all. It's right. When someone do something bad, he used the word idiot, not to do this again. If you do this, you will suffer. That's his advice. He admonishes constructively, right? Advice, right? So Buddha is the nice person. He solved problems in systematic way. He had great knowledge, right? He's the most the affectionate person. His first we should understand what kind of loving kindness he had, compassion, right? How he radiant his loving kindness, right? I will move to the Buddha is the supreme example of Metta, right? Buddha is cannot compare with anyone else. He's great man, right? He is the supreme one, right? The story of Chinchimanavika. Have you heard Chinchimanavika? No. That's a nice story. She's a lady. So the contemporary religious leaders, they wanted to ruin the Buddha's reputation, right? Therefore, they use a woman, because when a people wanted to ruin a clergyman's reputation, they use two things. What are they? Ladies and drink. What are the drugs? And there's something else, right? So easily can accuse and right, using the girls and the drugs, right? So the other religious leaders wanted to ruin the Buddha's reputation, so they use a woman to do that. So they told to go to in front of the Buddha while he preaching Dhamma as a pregnant lady, right? The Buddha was delivering Dhamma in the morning, and Chinchimanavika came, like, I am delivering Dhamma talk, and one lady came, a pregnant lady, and say, see, and she say to you, he is preaching Dhamma, and see the things he has done for me. How would happen here if someone say like that? So same incident happened to Buddha. But the Buddha was preaching Dhamma, then Chinchimanavika came as acting like a pregnant because of Buddha. And having come, she said, this holy man preaching Dhamma here, but see, he has done for me. See the things? What did the Buddha say? The Buddha calmed down, and he didn't confused. He didn't confused. He said only one thing. Dear sister, you and me know the truth. Dear sister, you and me know the truth. Right? That's all. She know, because she act like a pregnant. She wrapped clothes on the stomach. He had no baby, right? She had clothes, and she came. And the Buddha didn't get upset, didn't get angry, was not mad at her. So just say, you and me know the truth. Can we tolerate like that problems? Cannot. We have not developed our mind up to that level. When we make accusation for us, we easily mad. We easily get angry. We don't think twice. If we had a knife, we kill. If we had a gun, we shoot. Right? We don't think twice. But Buddha didn't frustrate or hesitate. Right? So you and me know the truth, dear sister. Then the Sakkadeva, the king of the Deva, saw this incident. This wicked lady has come to ruin the Buddha's reputation. So I need to support the Buddha. And she came as distinct, like acting like the rat, and the rat ran towards the wombs and cut the sting and the clothes down. Then everyone saw she is acting like a pregnant girl, wrapping the clothes. Right? So everyone realized, and the truth was revealed. Right? So that's how the Buddha radiant loving kindness. He didn't get any mad at anyone else, even though people who came to kill him. Right? This stanza is very important to understand his loving kindness. Vadake deva datthammi chore anguli malaki Dhanapale rahule chapi sabbatta samamanaso. Have you heard this one before? No. Okay, today you have a gift, this Vadake deva datthammi. You familiar this word, deva datta. How many times he tried to kill the Buddha? Not one lifetime. How many lifetimes he tried to kill the Buddha? Many kalpa. Kalpa means eons, right? So many eons the Devadatta tried to kill the Buddha, even though the Buddha was not mad at the Devadatta, right? As well as Chore Angulimalaka. The Angulimala, you know? Angulimala, the person who cut the fingers of people. He cut fingers thousands of people. He was a thief, murderer. He ran after the Buddha to kill him. Then Buddha said, stop. But Buddha was going. While going, he said, I have stopped, you stop. Then Angulimala said, while you are walking, you said, you stop. What's that meaning? I have stopped. I don't run. But still you are walking and then said you to stop me and you already have stopped. He was confused. Then the Buddha explained again, I have stopped my existence, my birth. You are still running the existence, right? You need to stop existence. If you didn't stop existence, you die and again birth, die and birth, again and again, right? So Angulimala came to kill him, cut his finger, Buddha's finger, even though Buddha was not mad at him, right? Didn't get angry. Dhanapale Rahule Chapi. Dhanapala, it's a similar name for the elephant, Nalagiri. Right? The drunken, intoxicated elephant who was the Devadatta lead him. Devadatta make him drank and sent towards the Buddha to kill. He came towards the Buddha to kill, even though by the power of the Metta, by the power of the loving kindness of the Buddha, the elephant, Dhammapada, is stopped at the Buddha. Right? He knelt down. It knelt down the elephant. Right? Here explain the Buddha's loving kindness, as well as Rahule Chapi Sabbatta Samamanaso. The Buddha radiant loving kindness, Sabbatta Samamanaso. We also have loving kindness. If you don't have loving kindness, how would you treat children? How would you treat grandchildren and the neighbors? You have the loving kindness, but it is not the loving kind, the Metta. Metta is wider than that. The range is wider, right? We all love, we all affectionate, right? For our relatives, our family, my people, right? My neighbors, right? But you can love your child, but as same as can you love the neighbor's child? You can love your husband. Can you love the as same as another one? Cannot. Don't do that. It's not the method. It's a wrong thing. Kame sumichachara. Right? That is not the method. Right? Metta means you have to express the loving kindness, same as your family as well as others. You should not even mentally harm others, right? So, Sabbatta Sammana, so Buddha radiated loving kindness towards the others. How? As same as his own son, Rahul. He didn't, Venerable Rahul, the Prince Rahul also became a monk. Even though he became a monk, the Buddha didn't give him many opportunities, right? Many rewards. No, even though he was his son, right? The Buddha shared with everything with same, equally, right? He didn't give any duties, responsibilities, things for this is my son. Right? If you are running a business, how do you manage it? You give the many obligations, many responsibilities for your families, right? If you are a minister, you think, if you have a position, minister, then around you as a secretary, you take your wife as a, right? If you are a minister, if you want a secretary, then you take your wife or husband. You want a peon, then you take, you fill that position with mother-in-law, father-in-law. You give the privileges for, not considering the talent. But Buddha considered the person's talent. Have you heard, okay, if you are working in an institute or something, how many times you change the position? President, secretary, fresher, right? We change. But have you heard Buddha has changed his disciples' title? I resign today. The treasurer of Dhamma, Ananda, you resign today? He fire off. No, never. He haven't done it. If you appoint someone as a Dhamma treasure, or there are so many people, the monks, the foremost monk, so he gave that position only one time. He didn't change. And the person who endowed that title, the position, didn't make any problem, right? So Buddha radiated his loving kindness equally, everyone. So we need to practice loving kindness equally, right? You will obtain many privileges. There are 11 benefits. Out of 11, you will experience 10 in this lifetime. How nice it? The other things, the meditation or something, when you practice, you can experience. But if you radiate loving kindness, the moment you love the person, love the people, at moment you will experience it. And especially, you can become a charismatic person. You can attract people. When people look at you, they feel something, what you call chemistry, something, right? Like a magnet, right? You see, when you are in an audience or when with many people, there are some people, people easily attract with them. They have like a magnet. We are called them in English charismatic, right? They sometimes they are black. I know that's black, but they easily attach, right? Attract, lean, and sometimes they are chubby. But even though they're chubby, they easily attract because they have. When we look at their faces are brightened, right? If you have the loving kindness within you, your blood become clean, right? That blood come to your face, and your face become the pleasant one, right? If you don't need to go to the beauty salon. If all ladies radiate loving kindness, the owners of the beauty salon had to close their shops. No, really. So don't need to spend money for any cream or perfume, right? You just radiant loving kindness. Right. So 11 benefits of radiating loving kindness. I don't know. The first one is whether you meditate radiant loving kindness or not. First one is benefited, right? No need, right? Still you are benefited. Comfortable sleep. You sleep well, right? So Sukhang Supati, you can experience this one, right? How much money we had, how many wealth we had. If we cannot sleep, what's miserable it is, right? So we need a good sleep. When you go to sleep, if you suffer, if you burning, how miserable it is. So if you radiate loving kindness, spread loving kindness, you will sleep well and you will get up well. Sukham patibunjati. And not having bad dreams. You will never dream bad dreams. And being loved by all humans, right? Everyone attract you, right? So being loved by non-human, it is a problem, No, not the harmful one, the negative human, the devas, Brahmas, right? They will look around you like a helicopter, right? They support you, right? They attracted you. You say something sometime. I saved my life very immediate. You don't know. Sometimes you had accident, but you save. Fortunately, luckily you save. Then someone have been with you, right, to guard you, support you, right? So, being loved by non-human, protection by gods, right? You have shield, you have protection, gods. Not being subject to danger from fire, poison, and weapons, right? So, accidentally you will not get harm from the fire, poison or weapon. You will be saved. Mental poise, right? Mental concentration. You can easily concentrate your mind, right? Brightness of facial complexion, right? You usually regularly come to listen to the Dhamma, so you not need any. You still complexion, you have the complexion, right? So the another thing, when the thoughts is the thoughts, the bad thoughts, when we have they never cease from this life. We bring them to life after life. You know Devadatta story, right? Devadatta, that angry had with the Buddha, the Bodhisattva, aspirant Buddha, he brought it up to the Buddha's life, right? So as well as when you have the good thought like loving kindness, when you practice it, you have the potential to bring it life after life. That's the benefit you have. Then ability to face death without fear. Everyone feel the fear to death. Sabbe tasanti dhandassa, sabbe bhayanti macchuno. Sabbe, everyone fear to the punishment, everyone fear to the death. But those who practice the loving kindness, they are not fear to the death. Why? They can renew their visa in a good place, right? Because they rebirth in the Brahma world. If you are in a rent house, how would if you can automatically, if you have the permanent house, it's better, right? So the people who reign in loving kindness, they don't worry about the death. Because they know they have citizenship in a good place, right? So they like to any time to give up his life, right? So rebirth in the Brahma world, right? So you rebirth in the Brahma world if you couldn't realize the Four Noble Truth. If you could realize the Four Noble Truth, because you have the potential, the capacity, because easily you can concentrate, that the mental capacity was so built up because of the loving kindness. Because when we radiate loving kindness, we have a stable mind. We can sustain a stable mind because our mind is calm, right? So this is not easy as much as I said, right? As I say, so we have to practice it. There is no point how much we listen. You have to put into practice, and I will show you the object. Kammatana. So when we have kamatahan or kamatana, right, we can easily focus. What are the objects you have to radiate loving kindness? The enemies you have, the unpleasant person you have. Those are the objects, right? If you have enemy or someone you don't like, you can radiate love, because you can focus, because there are some people, they can radiate loving kindness throughout the world except several peoples, right? So you choose the person who unpleasant to you, right? Then you forget the past incidents, things, forget and forgive forever. Then you can radiate and spread loving kindness to them. And before doing that, before think of others, you have to do one thing. The first thing, you have to radiate loving kindness first yourself. The person who cannot love themselves cannot love others, right? So knowing these benefits, you have to cultivate these 15 qualities. You can build up your personality, right? These qualities are more helpful, right? So these qualities, these attitude, you should inculcate to yourself, right? So sakko, the literal meaning is talent, right? You need to be skillful and possess the talent that are necessary to achieve your goals. So I know that very difficult to listen Dhamma, right? If there are a party in the function here, a wedding here, how many people participate for it? But there are more rooms, there are more chairs here. How many people regularly come to listen to Dhamma? If we, did we teach to you kill or harm or something bad for you? No, never. We teach you, we encourage you to do how to live happily, how to deal with the problems and things. But the people are not don't like to, and they not like, they have no energy, no power, right? So there should be a sakko. You have the sakko. You regularly come on Sunday and Friday night. There are people who regularly come, right? They have the sakko, the talent. Anything to practice, we must have the sakko, right? Sakko. So as well, it's strength and uju. And when we have the sakko, and we have to be straightforward, right? Straightforward means like honest, right? Honest. Actually, more than people, the animals are honest than the people, right? They cannot show off. People can show off and act. We are actor and actress more than the actress in the television. Sometimes people act. Everyone can act, right? We can hide our real character, and we can show something different character. So if you need to realize the truth, understand Dhamma, if you want to live happily, but must be make sure to, when you become uju, when you become honest, you would lost many things. Be honest and see the difference, experience. You become honest and you tell truth. You lost many things. When you speak straight to someone, we lost many things, but you remain with you one thing, the happiness, right? When we become honest and when we speak truth, we lose many things. The friends, neighbors, right? People act like they like to listen truth, but when we speak truth, they go back. They don't like to ask. When you speak straight, no, they don't like to listen it, right? You see, you become honest, but knowing the honest is but very difficult to bear sometimes, right? Because when we become honest, we lose the immediate closely friends, neighbors, right? But don't worry, the happiness will remain with you, because you don't need to be worried. I told the truth. I became the honest. I was honest. Then suju, uju, suju. The uju means the physical honest, right? The body and the word, right? And the suju means perfectly, and the normal honest in day-to-day life. But if you are leading, if you want to achieve the ultimate truth, you must have the suju. Up to end of my life, you should be honest. Even though I die, I would be honest, right? That is the suju. Perfectly upright, honest, sincere till the end of one's life in body, word and mind. Then suvacho. Suvacho means obedient. Take good advice from wise people and practice good deeds, right? If someone saw you, your mistake, admonish you constructive way, what kind of person he is? He is a nidinanga pavattarang. He is a treasure revealer, right? You must see him as a treasure revealer. If someone admonish you, if someone advise you, right? The people who are far away, the neighbors never advise you. The people whom felt you, advise you, and they want to make you better. They will advise and admonish you constructive way. Those advice accept. Then that is called suvacho, right? Obedient. And you must be strong, talented, honest, perfectly upright, obedient, as well as you must have a soft heart. Easily the feel the others, the feeling others suffering. You must have the muddu, the soft hearted, speaking kind words and be generous. Most people think that the only giving is alms, but there are four givings, right? Dana, I'm forgetting. There are four things. We can, if you speak the nice words, it's also dana. If you encourage someone to do something, it is also dana, right? So you can accumulate merits by words also, right? So you can speak truth, you can speak kind words, and you can encourage for the people. Those are also the generous activities, right? So mudu, if you have a soft-hearted, speak kind words and be generous. Anatimani, there's no point, right? Some people they don't know their title and their role and job. Some people haven't understand the job and role. As a one person, you have many roles, right? If you are a lady, you may be a mother, sister. For your mother, you are a daughter. For the temple, when you come to the temple, you are a devotee. When you having with the friend, you are a friend, right? You have several roles, but you have one job. You may be a manager, you may be a doctor, engineer. One, that is the job. The role, many roles, right? But some people have messed up the job and role. They cannot be humble because they keep their title. I am the captain, I am the lieutenant, I am general. So if he a soldier, he come to the home and he behave as a soldier in the home. That is not reasonable. That is right. So we need to understand the role and job. Job is like a chair. It's one chair. When you walk, that chair is attached to you. Is it pleasant? No. If you always live with the job, that keeping that title in your mind, I am professor, I am lecturer. Your title is it's nothing. Don't care about others. Others, they don't care about your titles. They need your character, your role as a person, right? If you walking here and there with keeping your title with you, it's going like attaching a chair, right? The title is like a chair, right? When you go to the secretary, he has another chair. When you move to the president, he has another chair. It's a title is a job is a chair, right? You must be whether position, any position. If you doing your job, you have to be humble. If you can be humble, it's a good quality. do not compare yourself with others, treat everybody the same, right? So, sakko, uju, suju, suvacho, mudu, anatimani. Then, santusako, content, happy with what you have. A content life bring you happiness, right? Many people cannot satisfy what they have. They always compare with the things that neighbors has, right? The friends has, right? So if you compare the things, your life with others, right? You always unsatisfied, right? So if you want to be a satisfied person, be content, be satisfied what you have, right? Every person are unique. Every person has their own characteristic, right? So every person has a good talent. So Subaro, when we live in the society, we should live livelihood, simple livelihood, and not burdensome to others, right? We must have an ability to live simple life. And appa kicho, some people are very busy, right? They don't have time to spend with their families, right? So free from unnecessary work and having few duties, right? We must be simple, and we must manage our time, right? If we had so many things, we cannot manage our life, right? So it's better to having few duties and free from unnecessary work, right? This is not related to the earning money. If you need to work hard for earning money, so it's better. But here meaning is to doing unnecessary things. If you waste your times for unnecessary things, you can free from it, right? Then salla hukka buddhi, as also that do not try to control everything happens around you, right? Easily satisfied and salla hukka buddho, or simple in livelihood. Do not try to, right? We always try to control the around ourselves, right? So from today onwards, you need to understand there are two things: the control, under control, and uncontrolled, right? So you try to control the under control things, but don't try to uncontrol things. Then Santindriyo, and we have senses. How many senses we have? 6, right? Eye, ear, nose, mouth, and body, and mind. So 6 senses we have. So we must have the control and self-control and self-guard of these senses. If we give a chance, if we let the senses to behave as they like, they will astray. They will go away a wrong way, right? Then so understanding the proper way, understanding properly, control and discipline your senses, right? And Nipako, observing precepts and process good knowledge, wisdom and insight, right? So Nipako means observing precepts and try to process, equip knowledge. Having knowledge is beneficial for you, right? I told you that if you had knowledge, you don't need to try to forcefully to let go of, right? When you have knowledge regarding the real knowledge regarding the loving kindness, and if you had practices, you never try to keep or harbor the bad thoughts, right? When something bad things happen to you, at that moment you forgive, right? You forgive and forget forever. You don't keep it anymore. Then appagabbo, actions performed by body, word and mind should be restrained, right? The same thing but slightly different, the practice way, right? So if you can inculcate these things to your life will be totally changed. And you must understand that loving kindness is not just think of others or radiant just may they be happy, may they be well. Not everyone can just think. Not you should totally change your lifestyle. It's a lifestyle change, right? When you change, equipping these qualities, then you can the sincerely radiant loving kindness. You should do this wholeheartedly, sincerely, right? Kulesu ananagiddo. So this is I quoted, extracted from the Karaniya Sutta. So some factors are only for the monastic life, right? The monks. So kulesu ananagiddo means unnecessary close association with families. So when we attach to the family, it's harmful for our liberation, right? So here is mentioned here, kulesu annugiddu, unnecessarily close association. So no need to take all these things for your life. So the being honest and being talented and be free from unnecessary works and simple livelihood and don't compare with others. So those things you can apply your life, right? So then nacha kuddan samachare, don't commit even a small error which leads to criticism of wise people, right? The people, every time we criticize, blame, whatever we do, even though we did a good things, right? People criticize. People do say something, say certain thing. But here mentioned that if a wise man or wise people criticize something, don't do that, right? So then now you know what are the things, the qualities that you should cultivate, inculcate yourself. Then we should know how to radiant loving kindness and to whom, for whom we should love or radiant spread loving kindness. There are 12. Digha. There are animals of some beings, those who are long. We can classify all the beings into 12, right? When you go through this one, the 12, you never miss any being to radiant loving kindness. So the Karaniya Metta Sutta is explained. There are beings, some are long, like some serpents, right? Snakes, the long one. You can radiant loving kindness toward the long beings. Then the Mahanta, like elephant, then what are the bulls, right? The Mahanta, right? So you can radiant loving kindness toward the great, long one, great one, and middle-sized one. Then Rasaka. When you go through recite the Karaniya Metta Sutta, it's mentioned these things, stanzas, right? I extract the point, the word by word. So there are beings, they are Rasaka, short, and Anuka, subtle, right? Subtle, and Thula, gross, and Ditta. Some beings can be visible and some cannot be visible. They are invisible, Aditta. And those who are far away, Dura, Avidura, nearby, Bhuta, those who are born, and Sambhavesi, those who still seek birth. Right? So in here, all the beings are included. Right? So you can classify, right? Categorize like this. So then you can radiant to loving kinds, all the beings. Alright? Before doing this, you have to change and apply the qualities, the 15 qualities. out of 15, you better to apply 10, 8 or 10, right? Be honest, right? Be talented, right? And then you can wish a good wish, make a good wish. Sabbe sattha bhavantu sukhitatta, right? May all beings be happy. May all beings be happy. For a moment, you, one moment, once the 10 second, you forgive your bad memories. I mean that you can forgive the neighbors, the person who treat in bad way, who make some problem. For a moment, forgive him. For a moment, forgive him. Then see the difference. For me, now for a moment, forgive him. Then after, keep with it, because if you can forgive forever, it's better. So for a moment, you try to forgive everyone, those who have done something bad for you, right? In the school time, when you work in some institute or somewhere, right? So you forgive for a moment now, and forget it for a moment, and you think you will feel the calm feeling, you will feel the surround feeling. So I will give you how many seconds? 10 seconds. Very easy, forget everything. Only thing, sabbe sattaha bhavantu sukhitatta. Forgive, forget forever, not forever, only just 10 seconds. Okay, think, sabbe sattaha bhavantu sukhitatta. May all beings be happy. If you have forgiven, never come anything to your mind, right? You will feel something, some freedom, liberation, right? So the best thing, if you get the angry, mad, jealousy, those things actually burning, right? The liberation when we free from them, we feel the liberation, we feel the freedom, right? So when you cultivate that level, you can advance it. When you develop your personality, when you change your lifestyle, having inculcated 15 qualities, then you move to the radiant loving kindness towards the long, great, middle, short, right? Don't neglect anyone. All the sabbe satta bhavan sugitatta. Every day you can, every moment. There is no specific time to meditate or radiant loving kindness, right? Every time. Right? So then you can advance it, right? How? Other methods of expressing thoughts full of loving kindness. Metta. Naparo paran nikubbeta nati manyeta katta chinang kanchi bhyarosana patiga sanya nyanya manyas dukkamichaya. Right? So when you can advance it like a mother treat and radiant loving kindness through his son. You think that if a mother has only one son, how much loving kindness he has towards him, because he has only one son. That's how we should radiate loving kindness to others, right? Without expectation, without boundaries, we should spread loving kindness. Not the Matayata. The second stanza, I mentioned the meaning of second stanza. Matayata niyam puttam ayusayeka putta manurakke evampi sabba bhutesu manasambhavaye aparimana. Right? So as a mother, just as a mother would protect her only child, her own child, at the risk of her own life, we must extend a limitless loving kindness towards all living beings, right? So, as well as in the first stanza, no one should cheat another, right? We should not cheat, nor should he despise anyone whatsoever in any place. he should not wish suffering for another through anger or through resentment. So you should, the things that you want to understand, we should radiant loving kindness without bonds, right? Easily we can radiant loving kindness our mother, our father, our children, right, our friends, but we cannot radiant loving kindness enemies, the person who makes something bad for us, right? We keep it for a long time, but if we until we keep those bad memories in our mind, right? Our mind is always like to be happy. Our mind is always like to be happy and is inclined to, it has a tendency to be happy, and always mind try to suppress bad memories, shut down, right? Suppress. We don't actually, until we remind someone, the bad memories not come up, right? When someone, the beloved, sometimes the beloved one may be has been died, or the bad memories, and right, so you may have the bad memories, right? So they are not coming every time to your mind. They come when remind someone or some time, right? So our mind is tendency to incline to be happy, right? Very easy to lead to happy, but the mind, we should show him to the way and science. If the mind is don't like to accept magic. He want to see the science, the theory, right? He is very meticulous, right? He want to see the things as it is. When we explain in clear way to the mind, he accept, right? Then you should clearly understand for the mind that loving kindness is better. If we practice, you both can practice with your mind. If you practice loving kindness, we will be benefit, right? We will be experiencing the good things. So if you have enemy, it's a good opportunity and reward for practicing loving kindness. Don't make enemy, but if you have the enemy, from today onwards you have a reward opportunity to object, because easily you can focus. Otherwise you don't know to where to spread your loving kindness. If you have some unpleasant person or unpleasant things, now you have the object. Directly you can focus on him or her, right? Then you can spread the loving kindness. If you practice loving kindness sincerely, wholeheartedly, no one can hurt you, right? Every time we get hurt, we get angry. Why? We don't have the shell, right? A guard. If you have the loving kindness, no one can hurt. Because if someone accuses us, if someone blames us, if someone hurt us, what would we do? We radiate loving kindness. Like when Eastern Germans throw the trash, the Western people kept the vegetables, fruits, the good things. Hate people, loving people, love people. We always share with others the things that the best things that we have, right? Then you must consider that when someone accuses you, when someone blames you, when someone treats in wrong way, you should pity for him, feel for him, because he is innocent, he is helpless, he need the refuge, he need the Dhamma, right? So you are with the Dhamma, you are experiencing the happiness of the Dhamma, so it's better to continue it, right? So I want you to encourage to radiant loving kindness. So if you have any question regarding the matter, you can now raise your question.
I know one person who struggled with metta practice, radiating metta to an enemy. Is a struggle for this person, actually. They cannot do it. And what do you suggest?
Someone is struggling with his enemies, right? So the thing that first he need to understand the benefit, right? The benefit of the loving kindness, and he need to understand his burning, right? Until he realized his reality, he might think that when he mad at him, he may be benefited. He may think, but he lost. When we get angry with someone, we lose many things, right? Right now, you think you have a friend. So when in some incident you get mad and you get mad with him, right? If you didn't do that, when you are in a risk, he will sometimes help you, right? If you get angry with him, right, there is something, right? When you are in an angry mood, you should not tell anything. The words are more powerful, right? The words can break you, hurt you, tear you apart, right? So must make sure to shut up our mouth, right? When we are mad, even though after you make friends, the words not forgotten, right? The other person realized the whole time. He said me like that. You just because of mad or angry you say, but those words remain in her heart, right? Like the inscript in the stone, right? So first we should understand the feelings that we have. If we get angry more and more, the best thing that we should think, getting angry, I didn't get any benefit, right? So benefit. So knowing that, you can make yourself first, right? I think that's what we should do.
That was a very good question, brother. It's very relatable. It's because sometimes when a person is very angry without knowing why, without knowing what it is that caused the anger, it's very, very difficult to radiate loving kindness. Me, myself, has gone through it. And to say, oh, may you be well, may you be happy to someone you're still angry with and not knowing why, it doesn't work because the roadblock is at the anger for not knowing what it is. So anyway, based on the talk just now, I have a little something to share. I particularly like this slide where Bhante has presented, forgive, forget forever. Maybe can forgive, but forget very tough. Forever is even tougher, but it is good that is placed as a statement. It's a good reminder. And also Bhante has written, if you burn yourself, no one else can put you out. Just like one who is holding a burning coal in the hand, whose hand is being burned, right? If let's say I have a piece of ice cream in my hand, oh, that is cooling and very nice, right? Compared to a burning coal in the hand, just a little simile. And also he mentioned about mental ailments, hatred, ill will, lust, jealousy, envy, just like anger, without confronting, not knowing what it is, the mental ailments will continue and it will cause someone to be ill, physically ill, not just like the face will show in say sadness, in sorrowness. And also Bhante mentioned medicine, love, loving kindness, compassion, goodwill, benevolence, amity. Yes, it's true, because I'm sure many of us has gone through it. When we think of happy thoughts, we naturally smile. We can't think of happy thoughts and then in the mouth go like that, right? It can't, right? Naturally. So in short, in summary, I would look at this. Either we have two choices here. You can choose the poison, or we can choose the medicine. And for me here, I see the medicine is definitely more beneficial, definitely. And in short, this medicine do help us with ayu, wano, sukang, balang, longevity. And wano is being beautiful in the mind and beautiful in the heart. Sukang, being comfortable with sustainable happiness. And balang, with good strength. Good strength we can relate to health. So this is a very meaningful talk. Thank you, Bhante. Thank you. Any more question? No more? Okay, for now, I would like everyone to together radiate loving kindness to Bhante. Please, Sister Katie. Radiate loving kindness by helping each of us to sing happy birthday for Bhante.
Thank you.
Yeah. Brother, come help me play the happy birthday song. This is Brother Suranga. Brother Suranga always set up everything for us.
Oh.
Sadhu, brother. Yes.
Happy birthday to you. 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 Happy birthday to Bhante. Happy birthday to